Thanks again for joining us. I'm John Rosen, LA Kings insider. Zach Dooley, Ontario Reign insider. Perfect point to jump off right here. Tonight's game against the Vancouver Canucks. Some very direct words communicated from head coach Todd McLellan to the LA Kings after the Chicago game. There was a meeting with the big boys, as Todd McLellan said, back in Los Angeles on Tuesday. A big thrust right now. We have questions about the starting lineup, but one thing is clear. McLellan appears ready to be holding a lot of these players accountable. We're having a question whether Tyler Toffoli, who has played in 205 straight games, might get into this game tonight, or if he will be a healthy scratch. Ditto for Trevor Lewis, who also has been a cog of this Kings team. So again, whether it is in the AHL or the NHL, Mike Stothers or Todd McLellan, accountability very key with this organization.
Accountability for sure. I mean, the guys who are working hard are the guys that are going to play, whether, like you said, it's Stutz in the AHL, whether it's Todd McLellan in the NHL. And, you know a little bit more about what's going on at the NHL level, but we've seen Stutz in the AHL scratch guys that you think should be top six pieces regularly with the Ontario Reign. So if you're not doing maybe what the coaches want, you might find yourself in the press box.
Also for tonight's game against the Vancouver Canucks, and keep an eye on, these are just, there was no morning skate today, so these are just potential changes for this LA Kings team. But at practice on Tuesday, Carl Grundstrom skating alongside Anze Kopitar and Jeff Carter. A good opportunity there after he put up 5 goals, 7 points in 4 games going back to the Ontario Reign.
+7 as well. Carl Grundstrom, a terrific game on Friday in San Diego. 2 goals, the first 2 goals the Reign scored, followed up with 2 assists on Saturday against the Gulls. Grundstrom was really good, and it's not just the goals that he scores. He works hard, he forechecks hard on pucks, he's tough to play against, and that's all the characteristics that you're looking for accountability.
And he's somebody, again, around the net, plays that role where he can help make the players around him better. It'll be interesting to see what he does there as well. But also looking at this Ontario Reign squad, they've won 4 in a row, 6-1-1 so far on the season, but it's still going to take some time. One of the keys that this Kings team is really pressing right now, the entire organization, make sure that a lot of these players come up at the same time, really build their chemistry, and then when this team is ready, again, to be able to come up together, that's where you're going to see this team take some strides. Something that Todd McLellan had said at practice after Tuesday. There will be time, and it's good for those players to really hone their craft there while we're trying to figure out things here. So, again, the patience. You will see guys like Rasmus Kupari, like Mikey Anderson, Jared Anderson-Dolan, who has had a really good collection of games in a row. But again, it's going to take some time, and there's always that Detroit Red Wings model that stresses patience, let these players develop.
There's never too much cooking you can do with these prospects sometimes. And I think the Reign so far relied a little bit more on their goaltender, Cal Peterson, than they would have liked, to their own admission, coach and players. But Jared Anderson-Dolan, 2 points on Friday against the Gulls, 2 points again on Saturday, a goal and an assist in both games, earning more responsibility, more ice time from coach Mike Stothers. As he mentioned after Saturday's win, Anderson-Dolan's been very good in all areas of the ice, and he's starting to become that player at the AHL level that you were really expecting as he came into rookie camp and now into main camp and now into the season.
A lot of Alex Iafallo qualities in the sense that he is a puck hound, good low center of gravity, goes and wins those pucks. Very interesting player to watch as the season progresses down in Ontario. But for this LA Kings team, even though they come into this game with difficult back-to-back losses to Minnesota and Chicago, it's still a team that grades quite high in shot metrics. They haven't been outshot yet this year. Possession metrics, scoring chance metrics, expected goals for. Of course, games aren't played on spreadsheets, and that doesn't take into account some of the lapses, whether in turnovers or just in not sticking with the system for a full 60 minutes. That resulted in a couple of lopsided losses. But again, this is going to be a process for Todd McLellan's group. It's still a good sign that they are, at least from those shot-based metrics, at the perch at where they are and not fighting from behind, though they're going to have to pick up points coming up in the standings soon, too.
A little bit the opposite, actually, of what's going on in Ontario, who has had the shots on goal advantage just once in their 8 games so far this season. So if the shots are coming, you'd think law of averages eventually that those are going to start going, but you really want to get those grade A scoring chances as well. It's not just how many shots you can get, it's where you're getting them from. And I think that's going to be a point of emphasis for the Kings here as they take on Vancouver tonight.
Big homestand. Important 2 games here between the Vancouver Canucks and the Chicago Blackhawks coming up on Saturday. Thanks again for tuning in. From Zach Dooley, I'm John Rosen.